Hello, Sagittarius. Archie Dunlop here with your daily horoscope for Wednesday, January the 10th, 2024. Things are changing. There has been this build-up in your star sign, and it is now starting to break up. The moon has left your star sign. It's now in Capricorn, and Mercury is moving through the last degrees of Sagittarius in preparation for also moving into Capricorn. So there is going to be a change of gear. I think today you're starting to really feel it. You're going to perhaps have a bit less energy than usual. You're not going to be quite so extroverted, and maybe you're going to find it easier to turn your attention to material details. Yes, I'm talking about things like money. It's going to be easier for you to accept that, there are things that need to be done. Your financial situation could be better. Now, that doesn't matter. However rich you are, however poor you are, there are always improvements to be made. And it does seem that now is a time when you certainly can make improvements. So consider what these improvements might be. I don't think we're talking about anything dramatic. It's just about recognizing that something could be done better and then taking steps to actually go and do it. Now, in the process, you mustn't be too self-conscious. Some Sagittarians, might feel that they're living their life on stage and that everyone's watching what you do, and that if you're concentrating on money, that's somehow boring. Maybe the audience won't like it, but really the audience doesn't matter. You need to think about you, and you need to think about what you need to do. So don't think about the crowd. Don't think about public opinion. Don't think about the opinion of your friends and family. You just do what is necessary, and don't worry about being accused of selfishness. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. As far as your social life is concerned, Mercury has been moving through Sagittarius for quite a long time. Mercury is the planet of communication. You have had lots of things to say. You've enjoyed meeting with people, making new friends perhaps. But I sense that today you're feeling that maybe some of the people in your life have outstayed their welcome, and you may feel that it might be time for a few farewells. It's okay. I mean, very often, people are not destined to hang around with each other forever. Maybe they're destined to hang around with each other for 5 minutes or a couple of days, a few weeks. And there are a few goodbyes that I think need to be said today, perhaps tomorrow as well. Maybe not just to people. Maybe there are things in your life which you've kind of got used to, but you sort of know that they have outlived their useful purpose. So yes, it may be time for you to move on and start preparing for a world where there aren't so many planets in Sagittarius. In fact, no planets in Sagittarius. As I said, Mercury is about to leave Sagittarius. Venus is still in Sagittarius. But eventually it will move out and move on into Capricorn. Now, I know that I've sort of been a little bit downbeat here, but on a positive note, your ruler is Jupiter. And Jupiter is aspecting the Mercury-Venus midpoint. And the Mercury-Venus midpoint is about talent. It can be about business talent. It can be about artistic talent. Could be about acting talent, writing talent. It's about the kind of talent that we have this ability and we know how to present it to the outside world. We know how to prepare it properly. And so with Jupiter aspecting the Mercury-Venus midpoint, it is a great time for really tuning into what you can do, tuning into those special abilities that you have. And, maybe that's why you need to say goodbye to certain people. Perhaps certain people, certain situations have actually been preventing you from being yourself. And, they've prevented you from really expressing what you have wanted to express. So it's always the case, isn't it, that if you take one thing out of your life, then something else is going to move in. And so once you've made the changes, I think that, you are going to be in a position where you can really show the world what you can do. So I think it is a good day, provided that you're able to make this transition. Now, going back to relationships as sort of a final point, I've already said that certain relationships are perhaps coming to an end. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily big relationships, those kind of relationships that might be short-term, someone you perhaps met over the last few weeks or months, and it's time to sort of move on. But it's not always easy to distance yourself from people, especially when the planet Venus, which is moving through your star sign, is making a 45-degree aspect to Pluto. Now, Venus-Pluto aspects can be quite obsessive. And so today, someone is finding it rather difficult to let go. So what are you holding on to? Or is it someone else holding on? And that does lead to the idea of obsession. Some people really don't want to say goodbye. They want to continue in a relationship or in contact, and that might be cramping your style. I don't know which way it is. I mean, maybe you are perhaps a little stuck in the past, and the past is all about the people around you. It very often can be the people and situations around you, and it can be unsettling moving on. And same goes for other people. Perhaps you are part of someone's reality, or at least it feels like you are part of someone's reality. And so if you want to distance yourself from their reality, you might get a negative response. So you have to decide what the right approach is. And I think it may be a situation where you have to make a clean break. Not a gradual break. It just perhaps has to be done quite quickly, because if you try to make a gradual break, well, the break might never end, and you might be stuck in a situation which isn't really doing you any good. But overall, Sagittarius, I think you know what to do, and I think it can be a useful day, and I think the transition you're experiencing is completely for the best. Okay, Sagittarius, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.